guys. How are you? Good afternoon. God bless you. Um, so today I'm gonna be opening up the service.
I had a experience with my dad, like Chris said. He got really sick during COVID. All he would do was he wouldn't eat, he would just sleep, and he would just throw up. And I would pray to God for him to get better, and I didn't know what to do. Like Chris said, we would pray, and we wouldn't see progress. And I kind of did start losing faith, but then I still prayed every day with my mom. I couldn't see him like that, and I would break down tearing up. I just couldn't. When I first saw him, I started crying, and I never seen my dad cry before. But when he saw me crying, he started crying, and so when he would take got up, all my aunts, Chris, and all of them would go to see him. They would take him food. They would make sure he was okay. And I'm so thankful for God for letting him get better and be here with me now.
And I dealt with a lot of depression. I'm pretty sure most people do. And this is my story about how I got my first experience with God. When COVID started, my brother got really sick, and it got to the point where he didn't eat, he didn't do anything. He's just laid there. It was her father. She got to see everything. I didn't really see anything, but I did feel the power of God, because we prayed every night, and we prayed, and people came and they would pray with us. You want everything now, but I feel like if we don't wait and God just gives it to us now, we wouldn't appreciate it. I come to church, I would go to this church, that church, this church, but I wouldn't feel nothing. And to this day, I come to this church, and I'm starting to feel the Lord.
I was being a rebel. I wasn't listening. Mi mamá me llamaba, and she'll call me and she'll be like, "Come home." She'll text me. My brothers and my sister is here as a witness. They would call me. They'd be like, "Come home, come home." Y yo de stubborn, hard-headed, I wouldn't listen. I wouldn't go home.
Me and my family were going through a tough part of life, and during that time, I kind of got away from God. I pushed everything that made me close to God away, and I started doing things that weren't good. Sorry. And I would just be going through this little part of, I don't know if it was depression, I don't know what it was. I wouldn't tell anyone about it. I would start doing things, but then one day my dad just told me, "That's enough. I want all of you guys to go to church." And then one day he brought us here, and then I met our wonderful pastors, and sorry. This one specific time, pastor told everyone to come to the front, like anyone who wants to be prayed for. And that day, I let all of that go. After that, my scars had healed. But even though I got back to God, after that, there was battles. There was really hard battles. There were temptations. And then at some point along this year, I got to another point where I don't know what that sadness was, but I'm pretty sure it was just the devil. And then I prayed. I didn't know what else to do, so I prayed. And as I was praying, I just felt this warm inside. I felt like I wasn't alone. And after that day, that was when I started being more connected to God. I started praying more. I started being back to who I was before all the drugs, all the alcohol, all the self-harm, all of it. God called me back to Him. And in the Bible it says that God will call you back. And that's what He did with me. That's what He did with my sister, which I'm so happy to see that change in her. And I'm so happy that God has brought me back to here. Now He has me and my little sister doing danza for Him. He has my sister as a leader. My mom is coming back to church. My dad is here at church. My brother, he's a bit of work in progress, but I know that God is going to be there and help him through it. And luckily now I'm out of all of that. Now, solo para mirar para enfrente y no voltear para atrás. And yeah, thank you guys.
Señor Padre, quizás no pudo venir, Señor Padre, quizás sí quería venir, Señor Padre, pero tú sabes, Señor Padre, los planes que tú también tienes para aquellos, Señor Padre, para nuestros hermanos en Cristo, nuestras hermanas en Cristo, Señor Padre. Sabemos que eres tú, Señor Padre, trabajando en sus vidas desde los cielos y de la tierra. A ti te damos las gracias, Señor Padre, por esta noche, Señor Padre, por armar a nuestros corazones, Señor, por darle la fuerza a cada joven que se paró aquí, Señor Padre, frente a ti, Señor Padre, y dio su testimonio, Señor.